Have you ever felt like you're standing at the edge of something profound, something your soul recognizes, but your mind can't quite explain? Perhaps you've walked through the fires of the twin flame journey, only to arrive here, confused, longing, and unsure if the silence means it's truly over, or if something sacred is about to begin. If you're struggling to understand why everything has gone quiet, why your connection feels frozen, or why nothing seems to move no matter how hard you try, this message is for you. In today's video, we'll guide you into the mystery of the final test before union, a test not of doing, but of being. This is where the twin flame journey changes form. You'll discover why silence is not abandonment, but a divine initiation, why stillness is not emptiness, but the space where true union begins. We will help you see what this silence is really asking of you, and how your soul is being prepared for the next chapter of your destiny. By the end of this video, you won't fear the silence anymore. You will understand its sacred purpose. You will no longer chase clarity in the noise, but find truth in the stillness. You will rise not in desperation, but in devotion. This is your chance to pass the most silent, powerful test of your soul's journey. If you're ready to find out what this moment is really about, and whether you're truly ready for union, then stay with us until the end. Everything is about to make sense. Number 1. The spiritual power of silence. The silence you are experiencing right now is not simply the absence of sound or words. It is something far more sacred. It is a profound spiritual encounter, a divine stillness where the voice of the universe speaks in whispers too delicate for the noise of everyday life to carry. This silence is not empty. In truth, it is overflowing with purpose, wisdom, and grace. It is within this quiet space that the soul begins to heal, to shed its burdens, and to remember its divine essence. Here, in this sacred pause, your heart is being prepared for the ultimate reunion, the union with your twin flame. But let's not pretend this journey through silence is always peaceful. At times it feels like abandonment. It may echo like rejection, or sting like punishment. The ache of not knowing, the void of unanswered prayers, can feel unbearable. But listen closely, not with your ears, but with your soul. What feels like absence is actually a holy presence in disguise. The silence is not here to hurt you, it is here to awaken you. It is not a barrier, but a bridge to a higher form of love, one that is not bound by words, time, or distance. This silence is a divine initiation. It is the universe inviting you to go deeper, to trust more fully, to surrender more completely. If you can learn to sit with it, to feel it, embrace it, and even find comfort in it, you will not be the same person who entered it. You will emerge more whole, more radiant, and more aligned with the love you've always been seeking. In the quiet, you are not alone. You are in the presence of the divine, being lovingly guided toward your highest destiny. As you sit with this understanding, take a moment to reflect. How has silence shaped your spiritual journey? Has it felt like a void? Or have you started to sense the quiet presence of something greater guiding you through it? This is your invitation to pause, breathe, and truly listen. If this message resonates with you, we'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Share your experience or simply type, "In the silence, I am being transformed." Let this affirmation be your offering to the universe and a sign to others walking this same sacred path. Number 2, why the silence comes. This silence you're experiencing is not accidental. It's not a void to fear or a sign that something is broken. It is sacred, purposeful, and divinely orchestrated by the universe. Whether you are currently in physical separation from your twin flame or simply feeling an emptiness within, a strange stillness in your heart, this moment is not a mistake. It is a spiritual pause, a deeply intentional interlude designed to guide you toward the next chapter of your soul's evolution. You may feel as though your twin has withdrawn, vanished from your life, or pulled their energy back. Or perhaps you have been the one intuitively nudged to step away, to create distance. But don't mistake this silence for abandonment. It is not rejection, nor is it disconnection. In truth, it is a sign that your bond is evolving. This sacred silence is where the deepest form of connection takes root, not through words or presence, but through spiritual alignment and soul-level growth. In this space, both you and your twin are being called, gently but powerfully, to turn inward, to face the inner wounds that still ask for healing, to grow in self-love, strength, and clarity, to remember who you are outside of the connection so you can return to it not from a place of need, but from a place of wholeness. This is the preparation phase, the cocoon before transformation, the breath before reunion. Trust the silence. Within it, the divine is at work. Behind the stillness, love is deepening, energy is shifting, and alignment is happening. You are being prepared for the next sacred step of your journey, one that requires your fullest presence, your healed heart, and your awakened soul. Number 3, the mirror of stillness. Why does this silence ache so deeply? Why does it feel like a wound you can't quite name? It's because the twin flame journey is not just about love, it's about transformation. This path calls forth every unhealed wound, every forgotten trauma, every limiting belief that stands between you and the fullness of unconditional love. It doesn't just touch the heart, it pierces the soul. This silence is not just an absence of words or presence, it is a mirror, one that doesn't lie. It reflects back to you the parts of yourself still longing for light, still yearning for healing. The parts you've perhaps buried or ignored. It asks you to look closely, not at your twin flame, but at your own reflection, your insecurities, your fears, the places within where self-love hasn't yet fully bloomed. As the divine feminine, you are the heart of this sacred union. You are the emotional anchor, the healer, the one who holds the energetic space. You carry the wisdom of the soul and the depth of unconditional love. But this beautiful, powerful role does not come without its tests. The silence tests your faith. It tests your worth. It stretches your heart in ways you never imagined. You may feel this silence as abandonment, as rejection, as a void so deep it makes you question everything. You may catch yourself whispering, "Did I do something wrong? Was I too much? Or not enough? Was this even real?" These questions are natural, but they are not the truth. The truth is, this silence is not meant to punish you. It's meant to awaken you. It's not here to destroy the connection. It's here to strengthen it from within by calling you back to yourself. The silence is the soul's way of guiding you inward, towards your own healing, your own power, and your own light. Trust what it's showing you. And most of all, trust that even in the quiet, your connection is not gone. It's growing in the most sacred of ways. Think of it like this. Imagine standing before a still, silent lake at dawn. The water is calm, motionless, yet within that silence, you see your reflection with striking clarity. You notice every detail, every ripple, every emotion that flickers across your face. In that quiet space, there is nowhere to hide. This is what the silence in your twin flame journey does. It reflects your soul just as clearly. Maybe you've always feared abandonment, and now your twin's distance is triggering that old pain. Maybe you've struggled with self-worth, and the silence is surfacing the belief that you are unlovable or forgotten. But instead of running from that reflection, you are being asked to sit with it, to embrace it, to love the parts of yourself that feel unseen. Just like the lake doesn't judge what it reflects, the silence isn't condemning you. It's showing you what needs your compassion. In this way, silence becomes the most honest teacher. The pain you feel isn't just separation from your twin, it's separation from yourself, and the journey is guiding you home. Number 4. An invitation, not a punishment. Beloved, if you're facing silence right now, know this: it is not a punishment, it is not abandonment, it is a sacred invitation. The universe is not pushing you away, it is pulling you inward. This stillness, this quiet space where no words are exchanged and no signs are given, is not meant to cause you pain. It is meant to awaken your power. It is a divine call to rise into your highest self, to remember who you are at your core. Even without tangible proof, even in the absence of visible progress, You are being asked to trust. To trust not only in the connection you feel so deeply, but also in yourself. This is your moment to embody the divine feminine in her most radiant form. She is not desperate. She does not chase. She does not seek validation outside herself. Instead, she anchors herself in love, in patience, and in unshakable faith. She allows things to come to her in divine timing, knowing that everything meant for her will find its way, and so must you. This silence is your opportunity to practice surrender, not as a sign of weakness, but as the most courageous act of trust you can offer to the universe. You are not being asked to give up. You are being invited to give in, to soften your grip, to stop trying to control every outcome, and to release the urge to fix what was never broken. Your soul already knows that there is a higher plan unfolding, even if your eyes can't yet see it. So breathe. Rest in the knowing that what is meant for you is already on its way. You are not lost. You are simply being rerouted toward a greater alignment. The silence is not the end. It is the sacred space where transformation begins. Number 5. The teacher in the silence. Silence, though often uncomfortable, is one of the most profound teachers on the twin flame journey. It doesn't just create distance, it reflects your inner landscape, revealing exactly where fear, doubt, and unhealed attachment still reside. In the quiet, you begin to notice where you're still reaching outward, hoping your twin flame will return to mend something within you, something you may not have realized was aching for completion. But this silence isn't meant to punish or torment you. It's a mirror, held gently but firmly in front of your soul, asking you to look deeper, to see the parts of yourself that still long for external validation. The places where you're hoping someone else's love will confirm your worth. These revelations aren't meant to shame you. They are meant to liberate you, because until you recognize them, you can't heal them. And until you heal them, you can't truly be free. This isn't an easy truth to hold, but it is a necessary one. The twin flame journey is not about finding someone to complete you. It is not a love story written in romantic ideals. It is a sacred path of remembrance, a path that calls you home, to yourself. Because true union doesn't happen when two incomplete people cling to one another out of fear or longing. True union happens when two whole beings stand in their own light and recognize the divine reflection in each other's eyes. So let the silence do its work. Let it strip away illusions and soften the places that are still grasping. Let it remind you that you are already whole, already enough, already divine. The silence is not empty, it is full of wisdom. And within that quiet space, your soul is whispering the truth you were always meant to remember. You are your own completion. Number 6. Reflect and heal. Pause for a moment, breathe deeply, and gently ask yourself, what is this silence really stirring within me? Is it the old familiar fear of abandonment, a lingering sense of unworthiness that whispers, I'm not enough? Or perhaps it's the restless urge to control what feels uncertain and out of reach. Whatever is rising to the surface, don't resist it, don't judge it. This moment is sacred. These emotions are not your enemies, they are messengers. They're showing you exactly where your heart is still holding pain, where your inner child still longs to be seen, and where healing is ready to begin. The silence is not here to torment you. It's not meant to make you feel lost or forgotten. It is here with a purpose, to guide you inward, to help you peel back the layers of fear and illusion that have covered your light. This journey is not about chasing answers or demanding clarity. It's about surrendering to the truth that everything surfacing now is part of your soul's transformation. You are being invited to feel it, hold it, and then gently release it. Not to fix yourself, but to remember that you were never broken to begin with. The silence isn't here to break you, it's here to awaken you, to free you from the emotional weight you've carried for too long. Trust that in the quiet, your soul is doing deep, invisible work. And through that stillness, you are returning home to yourself, stronger, wiser, and more whole than ever before. Number 7. Transformation through stillness. Stillness is not your enemy. It is your sacred ally. This quiet space you find yourself in is not a void to be feared, but a holy ground for transformation. It is where the deepest parts of you are softened, reawakened, and reborn. In the silence, your soul is not lost. It is simply being invited to come home. Instead of resisting the quiet, choose to embrace it. Welcome the stillness like an old friend. Create intentional pockets of peace throughout your day, moments where you turn down the volume of the outer world so you can finally hear the wisdom within. Meditate, not to escape, but to return to yourself. Journal, not to control your thoughts, but to release them and let your inner truth rise. Walk among trees, sit beside the ocean, or simply lay under the sky. Let the silence of the earth mirror the silence within you. For in that sacred space, a soft unfolding begins. You will start to hear the whispers of your soul, the parts of you that know the way, that remember your purpose, that trust the process even when the mind does not. And through that gentle stillness, the divine will speak, not in thunder or lightning, but in subtle nudges, in waves of peace, in sudden clarity that comes when you least expect it. This transformation does not always look loud or dramatic. Sometimes it looks like deep stillness, like quiet tears, like sitting alone and yet feeling divinely held. So trust the stillness. Let it work its quiet magic. It is not a pause in your journey, it is the journey. And it is guiding you, moment by moment, back into the fullness of your true self. If you've made it this far, it means your soul is ready to go deeper, and I honor you for that. The journey through silence and stillness isn't always easy, but it's where true transformation begins. Take a moment to reflect. What has the stillness been teaching you? Have you discovered parts of yourself you had forgotten? I would love to hear your story. Feel free to share your experience in the comments. Or, if you're not ready to share just yet, simply type, "I trust the stillness is guiding me," as a powerful affirmation to anchor your intention. Your words carry energy, and this small act can help solidify your inner shift. Number 8. Focus on your healing. In the stillness, something powerful begins to unfold. Silence, though often uncomfortable, has a way of drawing old wounds to the surface. Wounds we've buried under distractions and noise. It may stir forgotten fears, long-held insecurities, and deep-rooted doubts that we've been too afraid to face. But instead of turning away from them, what if you leaned in? What if you allowed this silence to become your greatest teacher? Ask yourself, what is this silence revealing to me? Which parts of myself are still yearning for love, understanding, and healing? Within the quiet, there is wisdom. It gently points to the places in your soul that have been calling out for your attention. These inner echoes are not here to torment you. They're here to guide you back home to yourself. This is the sacred work. To face what you've been avoiding, to hold space for your pain without judgment, and to offer compassion to every part of you that feels unworthy or unloved. Healing is not a destination, it's a return to wholeness, a reunion with the essence of who you truly are. As you release what no longer serves your growth, whether it be old stories, outdated beliefs, or emotional baggage, you create space for your higher self to emerge, the part of you that is wise, whole, and infinitely powerful. Let go of the illusion that you must carry your past with you. You are allowed to rise. You are allowed to transform. And remember this truth: the twin flame journey is not just about reuniting with another soul. The deepest and most transformative union is the one you cultivate within. When you become your own sanctuary, when you find peace in your own presence, you awaken a love so pure that everything else begins to align. So take this moment to focus on your healing. Allow the silence to lead you inward, because every step you take toward your own wholeness brings you closer, not only to your divine counterpart, but to the divine within, Ma. Number 9. Trusting the divine plan. There are moments on your journey when everything goes quiet, when the silence stretches endlessly, and the answers you once clung to seem just out of reach. In these times, it's easy to feel lost, to question the path you're on, and to wonder if you've been forgotten. But take a deep breath and remember this: the stillness is not a mistake. This silence, as heavy as it may feel, is not a pause in your progress. It is an essential part of the divine plan. Even when you cannot see the full picture, trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. The universe is always working behind the scenes, arranging the people, experiences, and lessons that will guide you toward your highest good. What feels like delay is often divine preparation. What seems like distance is often sacred alignment. Surrender to this mysterious rhythm. Let go of the need to control every outcome or rush the process. The more you resist, the harder it becomes to hear the wisdom within the silence. But when you surrender, truly surrender, you begin to flow with the universe instead of against it. You allow space for clarity, healing, and unexpected blessings to emerge. Understand this: silence is not disconnection. It is not abandonment. It is a sacred space being carved out for your inner transformation. Within the quiet, your soul is realigning. Your purpose is deepening. Your energy is being recalibrated to match the life you are meant to live. So, instead of fearing the silence, embrace it. Trust that this chapter, no matter how uncertain, is leading you somewhere beautiful. The divine has not forgotten you. In fact, you are being held more closely than ever. Everything is happening in perfect timing. And when the time is right, what is meant for you will return, stronger, clearer, and more aligned than ever before. Number 10. Connect with the divine. In this quiet chapter of your journey, you are being gently called inward, not to feel isolated, but to deepen your connection with the divine. Now is the perfect time to rekindle your relationship with Spirit. Don't wait for clarity to come from the outside. Instead, turn inward and open your heart to the sacred presence that has always walked beside you. Pray with honesty, meditate in stillness, speak openly with the universe as you would with a trusted friend. Let your words pour out, your fears, your longings, your confusion, your hope. There is no right or wrong way to reach out. What matters is your sincerity, your willingness to be seen, and your trust that you are heard. Even in your silence, Spirit listens. Even in your doubts, you are held in love. Ask for signs, ask for guidance, and then allow space for the answers to arrive. Not always as a thunderous voice or dramatic revelation, but often as a soft nudge, an inner knowing, a moment of peace in the middle of chaos. You are never alone, even when it feels like you're walking in the dark. The divine is closer than your breath, wrapped around you in every heartbeat and hidden within every pause. This silence you're experiencing isn't void. It's sacred space. It's full of divine presence waiting for you to notice. When you quiet your mind and open your soul, you'll begin to sense the whispers of Spirit all around you. In the rustle of leaves, the warmth of the sun, the words of a stranger, or the stillness of your own breath. This is not a time of abandonment. It's a time of invitation, an invitation to lean into your faith, to remember that you are always guided, always supported, always deeply loved. So take this moment to connect, not from fear or desperation, but from a place of trust. The divine is here, and all you need to do is listen. Number 11. Letting go of attachment. There comes a moment on every soul's journey when we must loosen our grip on the things we so desperately want to control. The timelines we've created, the outcomes we've imagined, the expectations we've clung to, they all begin to weigh us down. In truth, holding on too tightly can block the very blessings we're asking for. It's in the letting go that true freedom begins. Let go of the need to control every step. Release your attachment to how and when things should unfold. The more you surrender, the more space you create for grace, for magic, for unexpected miracles to flow into your life. When your hands are no longer clenched around what must happen, they are finally open to receive what's truly meant for you. Understand this: what is destined for you will never pass you by. You don't need to chase it, beg for it, or force it into being. Divine timing is always at play, orchestrating things far beyond what your human mind can comprehend. Trust that the universe knows what it's doing, even when things feel uncertain, delayed, or different than you imagined. Surrender is not weakness. It is not defeat. It does not mean giving up on your dreams. It means giving up the illusion that you must carry everything alone. True surrender is a bold act of faith. It's saying, I trust that something greater is guiding me. I trust that my soul already knows the way. When you let go of attachment, you create room for something even better than you envisioned. You begin to flow with life rather than fighting against it. You begin to realize that peace isn't found in getting everything you want. It's found in trusting that you will always receive exactly what you need. So breathe. Release. Trust. What's meant for you is already on its way, and it will arrive at the perfect time, in the perfect way, just when you're truly ready to receive it. Number 12. Holding space with love. Even in the quiet, when there are no messages, no signs, and no clear answers, you can still hold space for your twin flame, with love, with grace, and without expectation. Love does not always need to be loud or active to be powerful. Sometimes, the most profound form of love is felt in silence, in the invisible energy you send through your heart, the gentle prayers whispered into the universe, and the unwavering belief that healing is happening, even if you cannot see it. To hold space means to offer unconditional love without trying to fix, chase, or control. It means trusting that your twin flame is walking their own sacred path, facing their own lessons, and moving through their own healing in divine timing. You may not understand their journey, and it may not unfold the way you hoped, but that doesn't make the love any less real. Trust that the connection you share transcends distance and time. Trust that your souls are still speaking, even when words are absent. But understand this: holding space is not the same as putting your life on hold. It is not waiting in longing or putting your growth on pause. True love honors both connection and individuality. You are allowed, encouraged, to keep blooming, to evolve, to discover who you are beyond the bond. In fact, every step you take toward your own healing sends ripples of transformation through your connection. Holding space is an act of deep spiritual maturity. It says, I honor your journey and mine. I love you enough to let you grow, even if that growth happens apart from me. And in that act of surrender, you become a beacon of love, not only for your twin flame, but for yourself. So continue to rise, continue to shine, continue to live a life filled with joy, purpose, and truth. Your love doesn't disappear in the silence. It becomes stronger, purer, and more aligned. And if the time is right, love will find its way back, more whole than ever before. As you continue to hold space with love and grace, remember that your energy matters. Even in the quiet, your presence can be a powerful force of healing for both yourself and your twin flame. If this message resonated with you, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment below and share how you're learning to hold space in your own journey. Or simply type, I choose to love without conditions, to affirm your intention. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more guidance on your path. Let's continue together, one soul-aligned step at a time. Number 13. The gift within the silence. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the stillness, unsure of what it means or why it lingers? That silence, so often feared, avoided, or misunderstood, is not a void. It is a sacred space, a divine pause, a powerful moment gifted to you not to create distance, but to call you home to yourself. Within this quiet, there is a wisdom that speaks beyond words, a gentle yet transformative presence guiding you to let go of all that no longer serves you. In this sacred silence, you are invited to release the fear that clouds your vision, the doubt that weakens your truth, and the illusions that keep you searching for something outside of yourself. It is within this stillness that your soul whispers the answers you've been seeking. Here, clarity dawns, peace unfolds, and the illusions of separation begin to dissolve. You are not just someone walking the twin flame journey. You are so much more than a label or a role in a cosmic love story. You are a divine being, radiant and whole, with a soul that holds the wisdom of lifetimes. The love you've been yearning for is not lost, not distant, and not incomplete. It already lives within you. It has always been there, waiting for you to pause, to breathe, to feel, and to remember. The silence isn't here to punish or confuse you. It's here to purify your heart, elevate your consciousness, and reconnect you with your truest self. It is in this quiet space that you awaken to your own light. The silence is not empty. It is full of truth, full of guidance, and full of love. When you embrace it, you begin to hear what the noise of the world has long drowned out. The voice of your soul, softly reminding you of who you really are. So trust the silence. Let it hold you. Let it strip away the noise so you can return to your essence. Because the greatest gift of all isn't what you find outside, but what you rediscover within. Number 14. Union begins within. Union is not something you chase. It is something you remember, and that remembrance begins in the stillness of your own heart. When you can truly embrace the silence, not as a void, but as a sacred and living presence, you begin to open a powerful portal to deep healing, inner peace, and divine connection. This silence is not empty. It is filled with the whispers of your soul, guiding you gently back to yourself. True union doesn't begin when someone else returns. It begins the moment you return to you, the moment you stop running from your emotions, your truth, your vulnerability, and instead allow them to rise, be seen, and be embraced with love. This is the foundation of inner alignment. It is where you begin to embody love instead of seeking it. It is where trust is no longer a concept, but a way of being. It is where surrender becomes your strength, not your weakness. When your heart is in harmony with your soul, when you are anchored in unconditional love for yourself, the world outside starts to shift. This is not magic, it is divine law. The union you long for with your twin flame, or with any sacred counterpart, is a mirror of the inner union you cultivate within. It's not about becoming perfect. It's about becoming present. Present enough to feel your own love fully and allow it to overflow. As you align with this love, as you walk in trust, and as you surrender to the divine flow, you become a magnet for sacred connection. External union becomes the natural reflection of your inner wholeness. You are no longer chasing, you are attracting. You are no longer waiting, you are preparing. And as your inner world aligns in love, the outer world follows in divine timing and grace. So breathe into this truth. Union is already within you. Nurture it, cherish it, because everything you're seeking begins with the love that's already alive in your soul. Beloved soul, take a deep breath and let this truth anchor into your heart. You are not lost, and this moment is not a pause. It is preparation. The silence you feel is not emptiness. It is sacred space. Just as a seed lies hidden in the dark soil before it breaks through into light, your transformation is unfolding quietly, beautifully, in divine alignment with your soul's highest path. Even when the world feels still, even when no signs seem to appear, remember this: the universe is not silent. It is singing your name in frequencies you have yet to hear. It is preparing blessings your eyes have not yet seen. You are being gently held in the arms of divine timing. This silence is not abandonment. It is initiation. It is the breath before the miracle, the pause before the unveiling. Do not fear it. Do not rush it. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be, becoming exactly who you were born to become. So, if this message stirred something within you, let your heart speak. In the comments below, write these words: trust the journey, not just as a phrase, but as a sacred commitment to your path, to your growth, and to your becoming. If this message resonated with your soul, please like and share this video so that others walking through silence may also feel seen, held, and uplifted. And when you're ready to go deeper, watch the next video appearing below. There's more divine wisdom waiting just for you. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are in the hands of grace.